First, let's talk about why the Starks had to think strategically. The North is vast, the largest of the Seven Kingdoms, with harsh landscapes, extreme winters, and a widely spread population. For the Starks, keeping peace in the North was essential. They knew that if they tried to stamp out the Boltons completely, they'd lose valuable allies and leave themselves vulnerable to rebellion. Imagine trying to govern the North while constantly watching your back. House Bolton may have been dangerous, but they were powerful. They controlled an important area around the Dreadfort, and they had military strength that the Starks needed to keep the North stable. This was about more than pride. It was about survival. Eliminating a house with the Boltons' resources could have thrown the entire region into chaos. The Starks needed that balance, and they understood the price they'd pay if they upset it. Now for the second reason, maintaining unity. The North might be isolated, but it's no stranger to southern threats. Throughout history, the Starks have had to protect their lands from southern invasion. The Andals, the Targaryens, even the Lannisters all posed threats over the centuries, and the only way the North could survive was through unity. Eliminating the Boltons, one of the North's oldest houses, would have caused a fracture at the worst possible time. It's likely other northern houses, who valued tradition and loyalty, might have sided with the Boltons out of sheer defiance, sparking a civil war in the North. The Starks knew that an internal conflict would only weaken them, making them a prime target for invasion from the south. So, rather than destroy the Boltons, they kept them close, choosing unity over total power. It was a dangerous game, but it kept the North strong. Our third reason is deeply tied to ancient Northern tradition. The North has a long memory, and the Starks are a family with deep respect for ancient bloodlines, even the dangerous ones. The Boltons and the Starks both trace their lineage back to the first men. They share history, a cultural respect for the old ways, and an understanding of what it means to endure in a harsh land. For thousands of years, they've both ruled the North with an iron grip. In many ways, the Boltons were a reflection of what the North could be: dark, harsh, and ruthless. By keeping the Boltons as an ally, the Starks were acknowledging that side of their history, understanding that the North couldn't survive on honor alone. This wasn't friendship, it was cold respect. And in George R.R. Martin's world, where tradition and bloodline mean everything, erasing a house like the Boltons would have been almost sacrilegious. The Starks knew that certain powers were best left intact as long as they could be controlled. Finally, let's look at the idea of respect through fear. The Boltons were a house feared by everyone in the North. They were known for flaying their enemies, and there were rumors about the dark practices that took place at the Dreadfort. While the Starks ruled with honor, the Boltons ruled with fear, and in that, there was a strange balance. The Starks knew that the Boltons were one of the few houses who could match their strength in sheer ruthlessness. In a way, they respected each other's power. Ned Stark, and those before him, understood the danger that comes from underestimating an enemy like the Boltons. So instead of destroying them, they kept a close eye, acknowledging the Boltons' capacity for violence. By keeping them within reach, the Starks believed they could contain the threat, rather than inflame it. Of course, that choice came back to haunt them. The Boltons ultimately betrayed the Starks during the War of the Five Kings, revealing the deadly cost of their centuries-old alliance. So, to answer the question, why didn't the Starks eliminate the Boltons? Because they had to consider the strategic alliance, the need for unity, respect for ancient traditions, and the chilling mutual respect through fear. The Starks understood that their rule was strongest when they kept the Boltons close, even if it meant tolerating the danger. But as we saw in the end, this uneasy truce was a gamble. The Boltons' betrayal showed that some dangers can't be contained forever, and the price of keeping such allies can be steep. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed diving into the dark alliances of Westeros, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know what you think in the comments. Would you have wiped out the Boltons if you were a Stark?